Do you want to know what's way better than doing something perfect? All right, so to tell you a little bit about myself, I always kind of want to do things perfectly. I have a really, really high bar set for myself in terms of what my level of performance should be, what kind of product or outcome or quality I should give in everything that I do. And so most of the time when I'm thinking through this, I'm overthinking everything that I'm doing. But one thing that I've learned, and it's been really, really poignant as of recently, is that something that's way, way better than perfect is being done, is just having it done, getting it done, doing something. And this sounds super elementary or even cliche, but the fact is I've looked back on the last 5 years of my life and I've seen so many people that are doing things that I thought and told myself I wanted to do and that were goals for myself. And the only reason that I'm still not doing them or haven't done them is because in my mind I'm sketching them up with this elaborate plan, and I've got all these boxes that I need to check and all these things that I need to do to make sure that this product is perfect, that I am able to deliver something that's to the quality or the standard that I set to myself for myself. However, during that time of planning, of me sharpening the blade for 5 hours, somebody's already chopped down the tree 5 times. And I can see those people. These are people that I see doing these exact things that I have goals for myself. And they've done them. And this sounds condescending, but I've seen these people and I'm looking at them and I'm like, those are idiots. Like, this idiot did this. And here I am, I still haven't even started. And so what I learned from that process is, first, I'm the idiot. They were way smarter than I was because they just got going. They dove in, and some of the most successful people that I know, that's the key for them, is they'll figure it out along the way. You've heard this scenario or this story of like some of the most exciting and successful entrepreneurs are the guys that like literally jump off the cliff and then like sew a parachute on the way down, right? Or build a helicopter or whatever the scenario is. But that's really how a lot of successful people operate. And I've done that in a lot of areas of my life, but I've not in a lot of other areas. But I've learned very, very clearly as of recently that that is a separator. If you want to be good in life, you want to be successful in any aspect of life, you need to immediately just start. Just do it and finish it, and you'll get better. An example for me is writing a book, okay? I've wanted to write a book for 8 years, okay? I've been writing notes in my iPhone. I have hundreds of pages of notes in my iPhone. I have a Scrivener app where I've written pages of notes there. And because in my mind, it has to be this standard of like New York Times bestseller, Amazon #1 or whatever, I really have never started the actual book. However, I have close friends of mine that decided they want to start a book. They started the next week, they knocked it out in 6 freaking weeks, forgot to put page numbers on the damn thing, and a year later have sold 400,000 copies. That to me is like a perfect example of just do it, just get going. It's not like it's the only book he can write. He can write another one that's better. Matter of fact, it will be better because he'll have practiced and he'll get better, and he might write 10. And that's what I learned from examples just like that. I had another friend where I've been talking about, I swear on anything, we sat down at the same time 2 years ago and said, hey, we should do a podcast. And he was like, yeah, I want to do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, me too, man. I got a great network, professional athletes, business people. I want to do this podcast. It'd be really cool. 2 years ago, I mean, podcasts were big, but it was nothing like they are now. Now the space is pretty full. A lot of people are doing podcasts. I walked away from that meeting with my close friend, and 2 years ago, I think he's got like almost 200 episodes of his podcast recorded with fantastic guests, like people, just incredible athletes, politicians, really interesting people. And here I am 2 years later, still really wanting to put out content, really wanting to have this podcast or this show. And guess how many episodes I have? 0. And so what I've learned from this, the bottom line is that if you have goals, just go. Just start. It's the hardest part. The easier part of executing is once you're going. So the hardest part is starting. My advice to you right now is learn from my mistakes that you need to start right away, and that the only thing better than a perfect product is a done product. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you found value in it, please share it with those that you care about. And if you want to see more of this stuff, please subscribe.